Abraham Isaac Quintanilla Jr., the father of the late Tejano music superstar Selena Quintanilla, was a man whose influence shaped not only his family but also an entire music genre. On the 13th of December 2025, the world received shocking news when his son, A.B. Quintanilla III, shared on Instagram, "It's with a heavy heart to let you guys know that my dad passed away today. Abraham Quintanilla Jr. died at the age of 86, leaving behind a legacy of music, dedication, and family that spans decades. Today, we are going to reveal the truths about his life that few know, the lifestyle he maintained, the family that shaped him, how he climbed the ladder to fame, and the difficult choices and hidden paths he took to achieve everything he did." Abraham was born on the 20th of February, 1939, in Houston, Texas, into a modest household. From a young age, he displayed an interest in music, although life presented its fair share of challenges. Growing up during times when opportunities for Latinx musicians were limited, Abraham quickly learned that talent alone would not be enough to succeed. Discipline, strategy, and determination would define his life. In the early years, he performed in local bands, but he realized that his true calling might not be in performing alone. It was in managing, mentoring, and building a platform for others to shine. By the 1,970 seconds and 1,980 seconds, Abraham had laid the foundation for what would become the family band, Selena y los Dinos. He envisioned a band where his children, Selena, A.B., and Suzette, could grow as musicians and gain exposure in the competitive Tejano music scene. Few realized at the time just how strategic Abraham was. He managed every aspect, from rehearsals and choreography to performance schedules and public image. This was not just about music. It was about creating a brand, protecting his family, and ensuring his children were prepared for the harsh realities of fame. Selena, who would later be celebrated as the Queen of Tejano music, began performing professionally under Abraham's strict supervision. He demanded discipline in every rehearsal, every note, and every stage appearance. It was not always easy, and tensions often arose. Yet Abraham's decisions, though sometimes controversial, were driven by foresight. He understood that success was never accidental. The hours of practice, the careful planning of performances, and the strategic choices about songs and albums were all calculated steps toward building an empire around his children's talent. By the early 1,990 seconds, Selena had achieved international fame, but Abraham's story is inseparable from tragedy. In March 1995, Selena was shot and killed by her fan club manager, Yolanda Saldivar, at the age of 23. This loss devastated Abraham and his family. Yet he made a conscious choice to turn grief into action. Instead of withdrawing from music, he dedicated himself to preserving Selena's legacy, ensuring her influence would continue to inspire millions. It was Abraham who organized tribute concerts, oversaw posthumous album releases, and participated in documentaries to immortalize his daughter's life and career. While many knew Abraham as a music manager, father, and patriarch, few understood the sacrifices he made behind the scenes. Running a family band required more than talent. It required negotiation skills, conflict management, and the ability to shield his children from the pressures of fame. Abraham often had to make hard decisions, balancing the ambitions and desires of his children with the demands of the music industry. His strict rules and high expectations were sometimes questioned, but they ultimately prepared Selena, A.B., and Suzette to handle the highs and lows of a public life. Faith was another cornerstone of Abraham's life. His spiritual beliefs guided him through the successes and tragedies that defined his journey. From humble beginnings to international fame, faith provided him with strength, perspective, and a moral compass. Family and faith were inseparable in Abraham's world, influencing every decision he made, every risk he took, and every sacrifice he endured. Abraham Quintanilla's personal life was anchored by his marriage to Marcela Quintanilla. She was his partner in life, business, and music. Together, They raised 3 children in a home that was not only a household but a training ground for talent. Abraham's parenting style balanced discipline with encouragement. He knew when to push and when to protect, ensuring that his children remained grounded despite the fame surrounding them. Their home became a place where music and family intertwined seamlessly, creating an environment where talent could thrive. Abraham's lifestyle was characterized by routine, discipline, and a focus on family. He avoided extravagance, preferring structure and stability. Mornings often began with prayer and music practice, and evenings were spent with family. Abraham's life revolved around commitment to his children, to music, and to the values that guided him. Even after Selena's death, he remained deeply involved in the music world, ensuring her legacy endured. Many do not know that Abraham faced significant obstacles to reach the level of success he achieved. The paths he chose were not always straightforward. In a time when Latinx musicians were often marginalized, he had to navigate industry biases, financial limitations, and competitive challenges. He made strategic choices that sometimes required risk, including relocating, negotiating contracts, and pushing his children into unfamiliar markets. These calculated moves ultimately laid the groundwork for Selena's rise to stardom. Abraham Quintanilla's net worth reflected his dedication and business acumen. While exact figures are not public, estimates place it between $15 and $20 million. This wealth came from music production, album sales, concerts, and family business ventures. But for Abraham, money was secondary to purpose. It was a means to create opportunities, protect his children, and preserve a family legacy. Every financial decision was strategic, reflecting both foresight and an unwavering commitment to the people he loved most. The death of Abraham Quintanilla was a turning point, not just for his family, but for an entire community of fans. On the 13th of December 2025, at the age of 86, he passed away peacefully. While the exact cause was not fully disclosed, age-related natural causes are believed to have been the main factor. His death marked the end of an era, closing a chapter that had begun decades earlier with a father's vision, a family band, and a small Houston home. Abraham's legacy extends far beyond his personal achievements. He transformed Tejano music, mentored one of the most iconic Latin artists of all time, and created a model for family-centered success in the entertainment industry. Selena y los Dinos was more than a band. It was a carefully orchestrated project designed to showcase talent, maintain discipline, and create opportunities for global recognition. Abraham's leadership and vision were central to this achievement. The public reaction to Abraham's death highlighted just how deeply he influenced people. Fans flooded social media with tributes, remembering the man who had guided Selena's career. Industry figures also acknowledged his impact, praising the foresight, hard work, and dedication he displayed behind the scenes. His children, A.B. and Suzette, shared emotional messages, promising to carry forward both their father's and Selena's legacies. Abraham's story is a reminder that behind every superstar, there is often a parent whose sacrifices, guidance, and strategic thinking make success possible. He was more than a father. He was a mentor, a manager, and a visionary. His disciplined lifestyle, dedication to family, and unwavering work ethic created a foundation that allowed his children to flourish. His influence can be measured not only by Selena's global fame, but by the enduring impact he had on her career and on Tejano music as a whole. Even in death, Abraham Quintanilla's presence is felt. His lessons, his guidance, and his values continue to shape the music industry and inspire families and artists worldwide. He lived to see his children succeed, to witness the global reach of Selena's music, and to leave behind a story of resilience, commitment, and unwavering love. Abraham's life was marked by strategic choices. He understood the importance of discipline, timing, and positioning in a world that was often unpredictable. He navigated complex family dynamics, industry pressures, and personal tragedy, with a focus on long-term outcomes. These hidden truths reveal the man behind the public persona, a father and patriarch whose decisions were calculated, sometimes tough, but always guided by love and vision. He lived a life defined by purpose. Every rehearsal, every performance, and every business decision was a step toward building a lasting legacy. Abraham Quintanilla's journey shows that true influence is rarely accidental. It requires foresight, sacrifice, and the ability to make hard choices in the face of uncertainty. In the end, Abraham Quintanilla's story is one of resilience, vision, and family devotion. From humble beginnings to international recognition, he navigated a path that was anything but easy. His life demonstrates the power of discipline, the importance of faith, and the enduring impact of parental guidance. His legacy will continue to inspire, reminding the world that behind every great talent, there is often a dedicated parent whose vision makes success possible.